What's up, everybody? It's your host, Jaden, for Illini Daily. In today's episode, I am going to be breaking down Houston and how we can beat this team. I'm going to be talking about their strengths, their weaknesses, the key players, and possible ways that we can play this team. And tomorrow, I will be discussing the full strategy of what we should be doing against this team. Hopefully, Illinois has an idea. Hopefully, they have a better idea than me, and hopefully, we can win this game. So, let's just talk about straight strategies, ideas, and comment down below what you think we're going to do. So, first things first, I want to talk about their strengths. Houston, we all know, is a really, really good team. They have elite guard play. They have elite defense. They're also really good at rebounding. Every player tries to get as much rebounds as possible. They're really good at offensive rebounding. That's how they get their second chance points. They do a great job with their guard play with Flemings, Uzon, and Sharp. They do a great job contributing to one another. That's really how their offense really starts. They decide through the three of those people. Flemings does a great job setting up the offense. He's an NBA-style guard, really big frame, 6'4", 6'5". Does a great job of on-ball defense and setting his players and teammates up for easy success for their offense. He does a great job of this. He's really good at scoring within the inside. He has a pretty good mid-range jumper. Sharp and Uyuzan are the captains of the team. They really start up the offense. They do a great job of just, moving and shooting within the offense. Cedric Jr. is really good at the rebounding. He's 6'11". He's the main focus and workhorse when it comes to rebounding. That's why they're so elite at rebounding. Another thing they're really good at doing is, like I just said, scoring from within. They do a great job of finding their one-on-ones and just going straight to the rim where they get a lot of foul shots in. Their offense also, of course, to getting inside the paint. They want easy twos, nothing crazy. They also just want to move around so that, all their efficient players can get really easy one-on-one plays. It's quite really nice to see. They did a lot of this versus Texas A&M. They couldn't keep up with their speed. And they did a great job of just setting plays up for one another. So they're pretty well-induced coach team. They do a great job of just using one another to get open opportunities. Their defense is really, really good. Almost all their players average almost a steal a game. All their big men also almost averages a block, if not a block and a half. So they do a great job of just playing really hard-nosed defense and really trying to stop teams. And everybody rebounds. Everybody almost averages more than 3 rebounds, which is very hard to see in college basketball because not everybody goes for rebounds. So that's going to be definitely some stuff we need to look into and definitely worry about. But we're a good rebounding team just like they are, so it doesn't really make me think too hard about it. Their elite defense will be a struggle, but they're not as physical as I would say Michigan or Nebraska. They're just really good at on-ball defense where they get steals. But I feel like Wagler and Boswell and Stobakovic can really just move the ball around so they don't have to fear those on-ball defense. And even though their big men are really good on blocks, we have the Ivasic twins who are really good against shot blockers and who can post up. And Mirkovic has done a great job of moving the offense before he's getting blocked as well. So I'm not really that nervous about it. But I do feel that should be noted and should be thought about through a strategy that we're going to be dealing with them. Let's talk about their weaknesses. I couldn't fit all their weaknesses. Now, I'm not saying their strengths definitely outweigh their weaknesses. Their weaknesses are not that, weak, obviously, but they do have an inconsistent scoring. They do go through a lot of droughts within their offense. They do have to rely heavily on their guards. If their guards don't score a certain amount of points, the whole team doesn't really score that much. And just like us, they're a very, very slow-tempo team. Even though they get a lot of defensive steals and blocks and breakdowns, they don't really push the tempo too much. They really want to play at their own pace. This is just because everybody plays both ways, and sometimes that's a weakness that is alone because you want to have enough energy for both sides of the ball. I'm not saying they're not well coached to have the stamina for both, but you can see that even though they play both ways, they get tired at certain moments, and sometimes it affects their offense. Flemings, who I think is going to be a really good NBA star and rookie for the next coming season. Um, he's really, really good setting his own offense up, and he's really good at scoring within himself. The last time he played against Texas A&M, he only had 9 points and a really bad shooting night. Even though he was 40% from the field, he did not. He only made 1 3, and you can really see these droughts. Sharp and Uzan, even though they played very well, their shooting percentage wasn't great and their efficiency wasn't the best. But you can really see where their droughts in. And like I said, their slow tempo offense gets a lot of teams used to it and where they can form against zone defenses against it. And this is where the drought also gets attacked because if you play a slower, maniacal offense, you're really not going to see a lot of openings, especially when you have elite zone defenses where they can just really capture down and not letting any easy inside scoring. So that's going to be a really, really good strategy for us. Also, having the Ivasic twins also breaks down a lot of those, breakdown defenses because they can stay near the paint. And having guys who are like 3-and-D guys like Jake Davis and Hummerkiss is going to do a great job of just not giving a lot of spacing due to their length and height. Mirkovic is also going to be very helpful towards this because they're not going to get easy inside shots or even move within themselves. So that's another good thing to think about. It also gives us another, advantage over them. Another thing is, like I said, their shooting and scoring isn't consistent. So they're going to be they're going to try to work harder on defense so they can get a lot more openings, and especially during fast break. But that's not the way they want to play. So that gives us another advantage. Let's just talk about the key players. I've been bringing them up the whole video. The key marks is definitely Fleming, Sharp, Uzan, and Sanak Jr. I definitely butchered that, so I apologize. But Fleming, Sharp, and Uzan are the true engines of the team. Even though Flemings is a freshman, he's definitely the captain with Uzan and Sharp. Those guys contribute to all of their scoring. They all help each other score. You can definitely see that their chemistry is very strong. Having Sharp and Uzan both be seniors as well also helps the team because they've been here before. Houston has been good for a little bit and have done a great job of just knowing when to score, knowing what their team needs, knowing what to put on with effort, and also move around with the offense. So having 2 senior guards is going to be very difficult for us because I'm not going to lie, our biggest weakness has been guarding guard play, and having guard play with 3 guards as the head of the monster is going to be a bit of a struggle for us. I'm not going to lie to you guys. But this is really good because when these guys don't score efficiently or on their easy points, their offense kind of breaks down, which is where our defense is going to rise. And right now, our defense has been the best for the past 2 games, and where we can actually, finally slowly figure them out so that they don't dominate the game. The most key mark is definitely going to be Sanak Jr. I'm definitely butchering this, so if you guys want to make fun of me, that's totally fine. I apologize. He's a really good player, but he goes for offensive boards. He always chases shots, regardless if they go in or not. So we need to really box out. That's going to be a really key notice for us because even though he's basically a double-double guy, he does a great job of just chasing boards. Regardless if somebody misses or not, he'll always chase boards. So we really need to box out this coming Thursday and just stop him from within. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I know it was like a little more of a breakdown, a little boring, but I really wanted to give you guys an idea or a strategy that we can do so we can really stop this team. Because I feel right now, if we beat Houston, we have a great chance of actually winning the tournament. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys.